I've had the opportunity to work on some unique aquariums, but this one is by far the most unique. It is in the bathroom. It's a curved tank, and it's half the shower. That's right, half the shower. You're taking a shower with the fish. Now, because of the very tall and extremely narrow aspects of the aquarium, we had to definitely go with what's called a wet-dry trickle filter. But to get the water down to the wet-dry trickle filter, we had to add an overflow box, what I'm going to simply call a pocket overflow. And that allows the water to be skimmed off at the surface, and it exits the back side of the box through the end of the tank and down into the filter system. The most appropriate filter is a wet-dry trickle filter, namely because of its ability to highly oxygenate the water. This aquarium, being very tall and extremely narrow, is going to have an oxygenation problem. So by using the wet-dry trickle filter, not only do we skim the water off at the surface, thus removing the organic compounds and allowing the aquarium to breathe at the surface, but that water that's come down into the wet-dry trickle filter, as it moves through the bioballs, splishing and splashing, it's going to pick up tremendous amounts of oxygen. And so this is the most appropriate method of filtering the aquarium, more specifically oxygenating the aquarium. Now, just like the aquarium being very custom in its dimensions and shape, the filter had to be modified to fit into the cabinet below. As you can see, the water coming from the overflow at the top of the tank comes across here and is diffused down across the bioballs and is drawn up at that end by a submersible pump, which sends the water back up to the tank. Once again, because of the tall, narrow nature of the aquarium, I'm going to have to use more than one pump. Two pumps. One pump to circulate water from the tank to the filter and back to the tank. The second pump to move water within the tank. We'll call that internal circulation. We're trying to create a current within the tank that will sweep or keep the debris suspended long enough so that at some point it will go out into the internal overflow and then into the wet-dry trickle filter. So to create this internal circulation, we use what I'm going to refer to as a spa pump or a high volume circulation pump. This pump here does 3,600 gallons an hour. And again, it draws directly from the aquarium and returns directly to the aquarium. The only downside of these style pumps is the seal that they use right here around the shaft. Over time, it has a tendency to disintegrate, and what you see there is a pile of shavings, basically from the seal slowly deteriorating. So at some point, this pump is going to have its seals replaced, which is why I have union ball valves at both the in and the outlet end so that this pump can easily be removed out of the system without having to lose much, if any, water at all.
We can unpack the clean set of corals, which consist of plastic plants and the coral decorations, in preparation for removal of the dirty set of coral. We're going to use a pair of tongs to retrieve the corals, as the access openings through the top of the tank are relatively narrow.
This tank is 8 foot long on its outer circumference. It's 42 inches tall, and it's only 18 inches wide.
To clean the inside of the aquarium, we use a pad on a long handled pole. vacuum the gravel, we'll also need the use of a long-handled vacuum siphon. Vacuuming the gravel helps extract debris, fish food, fish waste from the gravel itself. As you can see, the vacuum siphon is strong enough to lift the gravel up. It draws the lighter particles out first, and by regulating the hose on the exit end, I can cause the gravel to fall back into the aquarium, allowing me to move to the next spot. As a result of extracting the dirty water from the aquarium, we'll replenish it with new, clean salt water, thus performing a water change. The filter pad that lies across the top of the wet-dry trickle filter is the aquarium filter system's main line of defense. This is where the particles become trapped out. Part of every water change should be the addition of a pH buffer, which helps support the pH of the water in the system. And of course, the addition of clean, quality salt water. Having replenished the water in the aquarium and plugged the water pump in, we can now begin to add the decorations and decorative corals back to the aquarium. I prefer the natural corals as they're easily bleached and their color doesn't fade.
And one of the issues that people tend to forget about all the time is feeding the aquarium. There are 3 panels up here that have to be moved out of the way, and the food is deposited directly into the top of the tank.
Having cleaned the inside of the aquarium, it's now time to clean up the area on the outside of the aquarium.
So in addition to some unique challenges as far as dealing with the shape of the tank and the height of the tank, the filter system and the movement of water in the tank, now comes into play the selection of fishes. We were looking for something with a big bang, and we selected the Heniochus butterfly fish, or what are commonly called the banner butterfly fish. Very attractive fishes in the tank, lots of movement, a unified movement across the tank as well is always quite attractive. One of the really nice things about this aquarium is when you're done with it, you can take a shower.